Hi everyone, it's Jason Velasco over at Balanced Poker, and we've got another mailbag question that comes in from Alex. Alex is an online player. He's 29 years old, and he asks, I keep studying new strategies, but it's not translating into better results at the table. Any advice on staying focused so I can actually use what I've learned? So Alex, great question, and this is something that I think I have struggled with in the past as well. There is a lot of really great poker content out there. There's training sites, there's videos, there's solvers, there's articles, there's books, you name it. There's so much information around the game. It is almost really hard to be able to focus on one particular thing that's going to increase it. We always want to try everything. I don't know about you, but once I learn about 3-betting, once I learn about post-flop play on the turn, all those type of things, I want to be able to try all that stuff out. A couple things that I recommend. First and foremost, Alex, really focus on one thing at a time. Practice that single concept in each particular session. Take notes on what worked, what didn't work. I'll give you an example. One of the things that I have recently been focusing on is big blind check raise strategies. And so I've dove into a particular lesson strategy. I broke it down. I created some heuristics for myself, and I really created a really nice training session around myself for that. And then what I did is I spent the next month just measuring how much I'm check raising on those particular situations and seeing what hands I'm doing it, recording those particular situations so that I know what the effect was. So it may not be a long-term thing, but it may be what was my EV or how much money did I make on that particular scenario and what was the benefit, what did I learn, all those type of things. So take one concept at a time. As I mentioned before, the second thing is do quick reviews. Don't worry about the entire session. Don't worry about the particular tournament. Taking that one concept, write down those notes right after you see it, and those are going to help you reaffirm what you've had. The second thing I recommend is good study habits. Now, you can sit down and scroll videos, and that sometimes is not going to be the best way of doing it. One of the things that I've learned from my coach, Stephen Baker, which is dedicate a full day to particularly studying that particular topic. So for example, I'll set up 3 90-minute sessions on my calendar. It's blocked off. People can't schedule it. I turn off my phone. I turn off my email. And what I do is I deep dive into that. I'll watch the videos. I'll read the content that I'm doing, and then I'll create the heuristics, and I'll create some videos around those ideas for myself. I'm basically teaching myself what I need to be able to do around that. So taking that out, carving that time away is going to be really helpful around particularly learning that concept. The last thing that I recommend is setting realistic goals for yourself. You want to look for small improvements. It's not going to be like an overnight breakthrough or all of a sudden, just because you learn how to check raise the big blind better in these particular spots, that you're now going to win a tournament. Now, if that happens, it's great. It's good positive reinforcement. And that's what you want to do to keep learning. But like I said, take some particular concepts. I typically try to plan out my studying over a 3-month period, which is then baked into a year period. And I kind of wrap everything up into what I call a WSOP year. So I basically, at the end of May, I book and I'm done with my studying for the year. That's what I learned. That's what I'm going to focus on. And I'm not learning anything else other than review or additional practice in those particular areas. Because when I get to the WSOP, I want to be able to compete and not be trying new things out. That is a recipe for disaster. All right, Alex, thank you so much. I hope you find this helpful. If you've got any questions around this, please let me know. We're glad to support this. This is, again, part of the Balanced Poker Life program, which is how do we study effectively? Thank you, everyone. If you've got any questions from the mailbag, please reach out. If you've got any questions around our Balanced Poker Life program, please reach out as well. Thank you for your support. Please like and subscribe. We need your support. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.